Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to discuss that infamous stabbing incident involving two teenagers. It was said that one such teenager was a bully who was giving another teen a hard time. So, this teen giving a hard time brought a knife to some kind of school event or something, and then he wound up stabbing the other teen that he said was bullying him. Yeah, that's a well talked about subject. It is all over the place. Now look, folks, we know in a court of public opinion, the bully was the bad guy, and he should have left the teen alone. He never should have bullied him, and none of that would have happened. So, of course, then that's an issue there, So with bullies, the whole issue is they have to be conditioned to leave people alone and not bother people, because from bullying, we've had a whole lot of school shootings and other type of disasters. So in my eyes, the bully is wrong for bullying someone, but in the eyes of the law, it's two sides of things. It's the law and it's public opinion. With the law, the teen with the knife would have to prove beyond a doubt that his life was being threatened and he was in immediate danger, which resulted in him stabbing the other teen. So in the eyes of the court, as far as self-defense goes, if that is the argument in the plea, then it must be proven that the teenager that stabbed the other teenager was in danger, and he's feared for his life. He thought his life was going to end, so he resorted in the only thing he knew that he had to do, which was to stab the guy. So in a criminal court, would it be harder to prove something like that as far as the reasonable amount of danger required or the necessary amount of danger felt, which compels someone to defend their life and stab someone or shoot someone and take theirs? So that's going to be the issue with this court case. And then people are saying as well that, well, if someone is being bullied, they should tell the teachers, the principals, their parents. It's not always clear cut like that. Sometimes the bullies can be the most popular kids in school. So when that happens, the faculties, the teachers, the principals, they tend to side with the bullies, especially because we've seen bullies be on a football team, be on a basketball team. They were very popular in school. They had promising careers afterwards, and then some school shooting happened which ended their lives. So, and the bully is not going to be put beneath the bullied, because, it's about a popularity contest out here. And that is another truer statement there. So there's a lot of issues with this case going on that involves, of course, something that involves criminal intent, the necessary amount of force used to subdue someone who is bullying someone else. Then there's moral issues there as well. And I think the conditioning with the teenager that used the knife, he probably exercised enough types of reasonable, calmness, and he went on his way. He tried to mind his own business, but the bullies tend to push those type of kids past the limits because they won't stop bothering people. The bullies don't. So I'm not gonna stand here and say that people should necessarily resolve all their difficulties with a knife and with a gun. But we know in this society there is something that can push people well beyond the edge or well over the edge, and then they resort to violence. Look at the state of the world now. It's been two major wars going on for years now. So why didn't they resolve their conflict without a knife or a gun? And there are grown people that are fighting wars. So shouldn't they be civilly conformed enough and rationally, logically minded to sit down and talk matters over instead of resorting to violence? Yeah, people, our kids are becoming killers because they see us adults do it. And us adults kill far more than children do. You need only watch the news. So I think adults are at blame too in this case as well, but they might not assume the whole complete entire blame with this stabbing incident, but those such adults that set bad examples for children by them resorting to violent means and destructive means in order to prove their right and make a point, I would call that improper behavior that doesn't condition kids properly. Kids tend to look up to adults. So if they see adults behaving in a most destructive criminal way, then what reason why they wouldn't do it themselves when in fact the adults are role models of children? Yeah. So with this case, we have to wait until things play out. But right now, the way things are looking, can this guy, the stabber, the bully, prove that he had the right to take the other teen's life? If he can't prove that his life was in immediate danger, I don't see that being a proper defense used in court. Yeah. Okay, folks. Thanks for hanging out. I'd appreciate it if you give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to me, Detroit Miracle. Thank you.